Yo, what is up, guys? This is Just Cause here with another Heat 5 video, and today we're going to be reviewing the patch notes for NASCAR Heat 5. Now, as I'm recording, it's currently the 20th. It is 10:28 p.m. I'm just getting to the patch notes, so give me a second. You might be seeing this tomorrow, or technically around 11 o'clock at night, maybe, I don't know, maybe even midnight, or maybe even tomorrow. But they are adding the patch into the game, and I hope, I'm stuttering all over the place. I hope it's good. So, stuff that's being added: Dale Earnhardt Jr., you're getting 10 out of 10 already. As a Dale Jr. fan at heart, it's just surprising how he's not in the game regularly, to be honest. It's actually more surprising that he's not in the game regularly as you think. Like, I think he should have been added in a patch last year to Heat 4, but they didn't, which was sad. They're also adding Bubba Wallace's Sunoco scheme into the game, which is already in the game. Like, I already have it. Like, why are we adding another one? Is there another one I'm not aware about whatsoever? Okay. 2020 revised schedule, the championship mode. I'm 100% with this. Now, this is also going to raise some questions for me. Like, are we getting a different Darlington and another Charlotte into the game, because it would kind of be interesting for, let's say, Darlington to have two other events. Also, is this for all three series? Because that means they might be adding Daytona Road Course as well as the Indy Road Course to the game, maybe? Because, you can't have a 2020 revised schedule with Daytona Road Course and an Indy Road Course for all three series. Well, at least for one series. And all three of them are going to be at Daytona Road Course, let's all be honest. So, you can't do a revised schedule unless you put the Daytona Road Course and the Indy Road Course in. 2 new custom paint schemes into the paint scheme for paint booth. You better make sure they're not shitty. If they're shitty, I'm not going to use them. 3 new custom fonts. Now, this is the one I'm kind of concerned about. This is already one I'm speculative about if they're actually going to be good, because, the new fonts they add into this game look like some generic font that I can do on, like, Microsoft Paint. So, more logos to custom car and custom driver. That probably means it either means two things. We're getting more logos to put on the car, or we're getting newer sponsors. My guess, we're probably getting newer sponsors here. I think that's good. I think that's good. Grab some more sponsors into the game. They'll have a little bit more freedom of custom to your car, or some creativity, I should say, not custom. Next is new challenges. This one I'm still kind of concerned about, because we still don't know what challenge rewards is. Now, here's the thing with challenge rewards. When you complete a challenge, it says there you've been awarded, you got your challenge reward. Okay, that's fine. But what's my challenge reward? You don't give it to me. And that's the thing I'm having issues with the game with, is like, okay, I unlocked the challenge. I completed the challenge. Now what's my fucking reward? Okay? They still, as far as I've seen so far, and this added screen, they haven't, like, touched that. But let's hope. Let's hope they fixed it in this patch. Team Penske NASCAR Heat Pro League driver schemes. Now, I'm actually quite invested into this. Seeing NASCAR, or 704 I should say, investing more into their game with the Pro League drivers, especially just adding them into the game is pretty cool. But giving them more paint schemes shows us a lot of how much they care about the NASCAR Heat drivers themselves and how much they want to push this in-game roster of pro drivers. Now, the thing here is, are we going to get more? Are we going to get, more junior motorsports cars? Are we going to get more Joe Gibbs? Are we getting more of this? I can tell you this, Matt ain't getting a new one anytime soon. I'm sorry, he ain't getting a new one anytime soon with that basic white Rowdy Energy scheme. I'm sorry, Matt, but you're it's basic. Come on now, you and Joe Gibbs can come up with something better. Hell, I can come up with something better on fucking NR 2003. But yeah, I like that. I like that. They're adding some Pro League driver more paint schemes. I like that. I like that. Now, things that they're fixed. Issues caused career users when they select Tony Stewart scheme in career. I don't know if anybody knows this or not. I know it. I know a couple other people know it. But if you basically try to use Tony Stewart's car in career mode, it brings up this cool Ford scheme, you know, and it's kind of actually cool, you know, so I actually like that. I actually like the scheme. They should have manufacturing paint schemes for all three series. Like, I'm just saying. Trophies. Actually, hold on. There's one above that. Updated career so DLC cash can work in full career. What they mean by that is that when you got to dirt in career, and you guys can see this in my gameplay, was that I didn't get my million. I didn't get the million. I had to earn all my money, which got boring, which I also sucked at the game. So, you know, I didn't want to sit there, go through all that. So, you'll actually get your million when you go into the Dirt Series next time. Now, trophies that have outdated logos on them. Now, if you guys didn't know this is probably your first time noticing. And while I'm here, I got my Reddit. I'm up here on Reddit, by the way. I had this saved. I think I had it saved. Hold on. My profile. By the way, I'm new to Reddit, by the way. I had a couple of these saved. I got a couple posts, by the way. I had a couple of these saved. My saved stuff. Yeah, so at Chicagoland, you would get this. You would drive the Cup. Well, I think this is the Cup Series. The Cup Series at Chicago. But you would win a Overton's 400 trophy for the Camping World 400. Which Overton's 400 was 2018. With a Cup Series logo. And then right here, you would get 2017 sponsored Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think it was 400 as well, with the Monster Energy Cup Series logo. Old Chicagoland. What is this? And the Chicago Speedway is completely blurred. And then you go, oh my, this is a mess. This is just a mess. I'm sorry. And then you would go to New Hampshire, which New Hampshire has already bugs in it for the first place. And you would see this. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series logo. Oh boy, that's what they mean. And oh my god, this game is fucked. This game has already got so many problems in it, I can't even tell you. So outdated logos on trophies. Adjusted DNF parameters. I think that's how you say it. I don't think you say parameters. Yeah, you say parameters, not parameters. But, I actually didn't mind how horrible my driving is. So, you know, I didn't really mind that. But, you know, okay, it's fine. I didn't even try the DNF system anyway, so. Update custom championship will allow all tracks in any series. If you guys don't know, or you guys just haven't played championship mode yet, I've tried and I did my best at doing a revised schedule. But you couldn't do every track, which means like you couldn't go Canadian Tire for Xfinity, or you couldn't do Iowa for Cup, or you couldn't do the Charlotte Roval for trucks. You had to do the tracks that they run at specifically. They're finally adding a patch to this, which I like, so hey, that's good. Updated restart zone at New Hampshire. I don't even think I need to go over this. If you raced at New Hampshire, you already know, okay? Updated track art for Charlotte Roval. I don't really care. Yeah, as long as you make it better, because it's horrible. Updated victory scene background for Chicagoland. We've already saw that. I showed you that. Fix various text issues throughout online. What do they mean? Do they mean like lobbies? Do they mean like what do they mean? Do they mean the ticker? What do they mean? I need to know what you mean here, because I haven't found any text issues with online or challenges or option menu. Okay, I haven't found any of that. So somebody in the comments, tell me why. Tell me what are the issues with those, because I haven't found an issue with those ever. Updated incorrect driver names. I know Tate Fogelman, who drives the O2, name was spelled incorrectly. I know that much, but I do not know any other drivers' names that were spelled incorrectly. So, fixed mismatching online custom car numbers. I haven't hopped into online lobby with custom cars, so I can't tell you that. Updated Kyle Busch's Xfinity pit equipment. I think I haven't drove his Kyle Busch, but I think the complaint was that it had his M&M's. I think it had his M&M's crew, but their fire suits was like still the Twix. It was the Twix cookies and cream car, you know. I think I haven't drove his Kyle Busch, just remember that, but I think that was what the issue was. Updated certain NASCAR Pro League driver photos. So they're updating a couple photos. If you guys didn't see my live stream at midnight that I posted on my channel, I roasted a whole bunch of Pro League drivers because their photos are hilarious, bro. I roasted them all, except for Matt, because I can't roast Matt. He's one of my friends. Dohar, I don't know too much, or well, Lucky is a nice person, but I'll still roast him though. Okay. Updated dirt track Taggart to Fantech Fairgrounds. I am not happy with this. It's already bad enough Fanatec pays you to have their steering wheel and their stuff like that promoted as the #1 wheel for NASCAR Heat drivers. And then never mind, you had to put it as the loading screen of the game. That's already bad enough. Then you change Taggart to the Fanatec Fairground. We don't care about Fanatec. I'm sorry, I don't care about Fanatec. Unless I'm getting the wheel for free, I don't care about Fanatec. Okay? I really don't care about Fanatec. Okay? Fanatec can kiss my ass. Okay? I don't care. This is a horrible, horrible thing. I'd rather still have Taggart in the game. Name Taggart. Okay? This is a thumbs down move already for me. Okay? Drivers' paint schemes updated. I think they need to update a couple drivers' paint schemes in the game. Like, there may be certain stuff they forgot, like maybe a logo, or maybe like or a driver's name, I don't know. Incorrect Truck Series teams descriptions, I haven't came across that, so y'all are gonna have to tell me. Updated logos in career mode, I don't know what those logos are, you're gonna have to tell me. I don't know about that there. Updated driver select categories. Now, I don't know what that means, but updated driver select categories. Like, do you mean career driver select when I update, like, when I look at their stats? Or are we talking about, like, in-game, play now, select drivers? Like, are we doing something different there? I don't know. Motorists and speed digital logos replaced with 704 logos. Those are being removed. And the spectator ticker's going away. Really? You guys, and I mean you guys, 704, use a ticker for the NASCAR Heat Pro League. And as far as I've been told, even though you use those on a different server or a different website or whatever as an overlay, I don't know what you use for those, but the thing that pisses me off is that you guys can't create a ticker for the people who play the game as well than your own Pro League drivers. I am sorry. If you can't create a good ticker for the public, but you will create the best ticker that you can for the NASCAR Heat Pro League, I'm sad. Okay? We can't be treated the same as Pro League drivers, so y'all have to, like, give them something special and give us, like, a generic bullshit ticker, which is completely horrible because it almost blends in with the background, because you guys can't put a black strip over it. You can't give us, like, yellow or green, like a yellow or green to see the flags. And you can't even update the fucking lap counter. Seriously, guys, get your shit together. Come on now. You guys are 5 games in a series, and you're doing this poor. This piss poor. It sucks. It really sucks. This is the worst launch of a 704 game I have, like, participated in. I have not been a part of Heat 2's launch. I was not a part of Heat Evolution's launch. I was a part of Heat 3, Heat 4, and Heat 5 launch. And Heat 3 was tolerable, okay? Heat 3, there was a lot of glitches, but they weren't major. They weren't to this extent. Heat 4 was the same. They had glitches, but, you know, it wasn't to this extent. This is just flat out horrible. This is flat out horrible. Horrible launch day whatsoever. Yo, if I had to judge the game just on launch day, it would be lower than Heat 2. I would literally give it a grade lower than Heat 2. NASCAR Heat 5 would literally get a rating lower than Heat 2. And I gave Heat 2 a 4 out of 10. Or technically a 49 out of 100, okay? This game is horrible. This game's launch was horrible. I don't like this. And then, never mind, there's so many bugs, glitches, and patches and stuff that they're gonna have to do to fix this is unbelievable. You would think 5 games in they would know what they're doing, but clearly they don't. And I know they're nice people. Oh, except for Mr. Henderson, who keeps ignoring the bugs that I put in the Heat Discord, and he ignores them completely. Yeah, Mr. Henderson, but otherwise you're cool. You're a cool guy. But they're nice people. I know. Like, I talked to Zane when he used to live stream, Zane the Bearded one, and you know, the man was a nice guy. Like, the man was fun. He was funny. You know, he's a cool guy to talk to through stream. You know, the man has a great personality, and he was recently fired. I think it was like Christmas or Thanksgiving of last year. Or it was before 2020. I think it was 2019. But the man was great. I love also the new guy that does the social media. I don't know your name, but you know, you're doing a great job. I know the people over at 704 are great people, you know. It's just that we're getting horrible products. Like, the product is horrible. The Heat 5 physics are a little tweaked. I will say, I will agree with Red on this part. It does seem like you have a little bit more front grip than Heat 4. But Heat 5, otherwise, if you took that out, it would just be the same as Heat 4. They nail tracks and then they just screw up tracks. Sonoma is completely the worst track in the game. Still. Dover is still terrible. Atlanta, they nailed perfectly, though. Atlanta, they nailed perfectly. Daytona and Talladega, and just their super speedway racing in general is just nailed perfectly. Michigan is nailed somewhat perfectly. Some tracks are nailed somewhat perfectly, but Atlanta nailed perfectly with the aggressive tire wear that you have there, and just the way you have to try and either save tires and slow down your car to where you don't have to pit 3 laps shorter than your distance just because of tires, that you actually need to save it. Charlotte is still unrealistic. They did take out the bump, but I don't know. The turn 3 and 4 need to be changed. Because Heat 4, there was this horrible bump in the center of the corner that you would hit, and if you hit it, you would go up the track. Unless you were completely out of the gas. It's still like that in this game, just without the bump. But you don't get shot up the track twice as bad. So I'll give them credit there, but turn 3 and 4 just needs a complete overhaul at Charlotte. I'm sorry. Texas is a decent track to race on. Vegas is pretty good for what they have. Indy, I'm still not a big fan. Like, I'm not good at Indy. But, you know, Indy's pretty solid. Sonoma is the worst track in the game with Dover. Dover, like, Heat 4, first out of 2, and it was only out of turn 2, your car would do a power slide. And it wasn't like you were trying to make a power slide. It was just like the game would make the car power slide. And it would cause a lot of cautions, you know. And, you know, they just screwed up the track entirely. Turn 4 and 2 in this game, you power slide. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's the track. It's not you, it's the track. And you can say, oh, how many times you want. It's you. No, it's the game. It's you. It's not you. It's the game. And it's the physics. And how the track is. Dover, I should not be power sliding. Okay? I should be running the way, like, I should be any other track. I shouldn't be power sliding off at turn 2 and turn 4, okay? That's what I shouldn't be doing. Bristol, they nailed perfectly. The bottom lane's a little better, but I would like to see a way the bottom lane can work. Top lane is still good. Kansas, the same thing. Top lane's good, and they made the bottom better, but I just want to see more out of the bottom and see if we can get the bottom going. A lot of tracks still are missing a high lane that you can actually run, like tracks at Chicagoland where the high lane you can use, but you know, it's just non-existent. Tracks like Atlanta are still, like, the high lane is still not usable whatsoever at Atlanta, but otherwise the racing's good. Vegas, you can use the top side at, which I don't mind completely, because I actually love the top side of Vegas. Tracks like New Hampshire still are pretty good. New Hampshire's pretty good. The road courses are just hard to handle. And I mean, like Heat 2, no stability at road courses in like Heat 2 and Heat 3 were actually pretty good. For Heat 4 and Heat 5, it's just hard to run. Like, for example, I recently ran a league race at Watkins Glen. And Watkins Glen was a little bit easy with no stability, but you still had your loose moments, and it's weird how you get loose for no reason. Out of the bus stop, I got loose just to tapping the gas. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be randomly breaking loose in the S's. I shouldn't be randomly breaking loose off of the final corner. Okay? And these are not like little small loose. This is like you tap the gas, you'll spin out. Sonoma's the same way. Okay? Sonoma turn 1. You tap the gas, you're gonna spin around, okay, without stability. You're just gonna spin around, unless you go through the whole corner just coast it. Turn 3, I think it's turn 3B. I think it's 3B. You tap the throttle around 3B, you're spinning out. Same thing with the corner before the carousel. You're gonna spin out if you touch the rumble strips. The carousel is just horrible. Okay, they have not figured out the carousel. The carousel is still trash at Sonoma, and they need to figure that out. Otherwise, I shouldn't be breaking loose anywhere. Okay, unless I have like a loose car, like if I'm on a loose setup. Okay, I shouldn't be breaking loose like the car is literally about to kill itself. Okay? Martinsville's kinda the same way, but Martinsville's actually tolerable. Okay? Like, I can understand Martinsville a little bit, to a little extent, but it's still sometimes unbearable. Road America's sometimes unbearable to drive without stability. Fuck. Oh. What other tracks? What other road courses? The Roval is too small. It's too skinny. The Heat 3 is probably the best Roval. Okay, I'll give him that much. Heat 3 is probably the best Roval. But the Roval on Heat 4 and Heat 5 are just too small. They're just too small, in my opinion. Like, they're just so small that it's like you only can have 2 wide racing. If you try to go 3 wide, you're screwed. Okay? That's the thing that kind of hurts the Roval. Also, the option that also hurts the Roval is not being able to restart like they do at the Roval. As you guys know, they restart through the restart zone. That would be regular Charlotte. You can't do that in the game with the Roval. The Roval, you have to restart in that chicane, the final corners. So, you know, I don't like that personally. And I don't know why they can't do the restart box for the Roval. Like, it's kind of stupid. You can't put a... Well, you can't put a, like a track limit, like one of those track or speed limiters or whatever that make you stop. Okay, if you try to overshoot that. So, the Roval's terrible. Canadian Tire's pretty good. I do like Canadian Tire in this game. You don't break loose often. And if you do, it's probably on worn tires, which is actually sort of realistic. The places like I mentioned, like Watkins and Sonoma, I'd be breaking loose on 100% tires for no reason whatsoever. And it sucks. Mid-Ohio is kind of the same through turn 4 mostly. Coming out of the keyhole, coming towards 3 and 4, you can break loose. And then after 5, 6, and 7, that leads to 8. Is also the same way, and 8's also the same way as well. You break loose for no reason. It's unrealistic. So, it looks like it's going to be another hellish year for road courses, to be honest, and I don't know how much I'm going to like that. Martinsville, like I said, is pretty tolerable. Like, you just have to get out of gas, but that's only on old tires, though, which is actually sort of realistic. Okay? but I shouldn't be breaking loose on 100% tires just because I tapped the throttle. You know what I mean? So, they need to fix tracks, mostly. Mostly tracks, and the ticker. Never mind the ticker. The ticker is what we all requested for. And like I said earlier, you can't give us a correct ticker, but you can give the Pro League a correct ticker. Okay. Challenges. They did not address challenge rewards, which is something that they need to address. They need to address a challenge rewards, which they didn't address whatsoever. Challenge rewards, we still don't know what the challenge rewards are. Okay? And when you complete a challenge, it's really like you get no reward. Okay, is it a paint scheme? Even if it's going back to old games where you got a video of how to drive the racetrack, then just show us. Okay, we shouldn't just be getting reward earned and we get nothing. Okay, give us something. Give us like a hint or fix it. Okay, that's all we ask. As far as off the top of my head, I do not see any other problems that they didn't address here. But I think that's it. That's the patch notes for the patch that's coming out tomorrow. In my opinion, I like what some of the stuff that they're doing. Dale Jr. being added to the Xfinity series, I can't wait to play with him. Also, mention this, they didn't add Derek Kraus. They have not added Derek Kraus into the game, which is kind of sad. They have not added Derek Kraus, and they have not added either BJ McLeod, Garrett Smithley, or JJ Yaley to the Cup Series, even though they've been riding Cup for more races than fucking Chad Fincham and Justin Haley and David Reagan have ran, but they still haven't added them into the game. They didn't add Brad Keselowski, which I'm not sure if he made an Xfinity start this season. I know he had a car. I think he had a car lined up for an Xfinity race. I don't know if he's ran that Xfinity race already, but I don't know. I really don't know. But it would help if they would, because there's a lack, like I know there's already a lack of Fords on the Xfinity roster. It would help if they would add Keselowski in just for another Ford driver in the lineup. It would also help if you add in I know Tony Stewart was supposed to run this year, but you know, it'd be cool if you had Tony Stewart to the Xfinity roster though. But as of like one of Tony's old cars he used to race, I know he used to race the 44 Pennzoil car back in like the early 2000s and the late 90s. I know he raced the 44 Shell car, which was a Ford. I think it was a Taurus. I think it was a Ford Taurus that he ran. I know he did also run the 33 cars, which were also pretty cool and pretty nice. That would also be nice if you can add them as like a Mustang body. I don't know if you can or can't. I don't know either. But you know, you added the Code 3 scheme, which was ran on a Chevrolet, so you know you could do some stuff there. But you know, just give us some more Xfinity cars. Add Derek Cross into the game soon, please. That would also be nice. So, I think that's where we're going to cap it off here. So, I'm going to give this a decent thumbs up. It solves a lot of texture issues. You also get Dale Jr. in the game. You also get a revised schedule, which could mean tracks will be added and some new events will be added. More challenges. They're showing more investment into the roster of the Pro League. You know, and I like that. And they're also fixing some errors. There's still a lot of errors they haven't addressed. They haven't addressed the Vegas pit. They haven't addressed Challenger Awards. They didn't add any other drivers except for Dale Jr. So, my opinion, I'll give it a decent thumbs up, but I ain't giving it any much more. Okay? Thank y'all for watching. If you stuck along this whole 35-minute video, please leave a like and also comment what you want into the game, or if you agree with any of these patches, or which patch do you like, or if you want to like debate with me on what they need to fix, then that's also fine. Comment that down below, and also leave a subscribe to the channel. I will be adding more content soon. Just cause signing out. Peace.